A long time ago, when the birds just, well, made their nests however they felt, really, the magpie decided that he thought they should be a bit more structured about the way they went about it. He decided that he was going to have a little lecture, if you like, on how best to build a nest. He went up into a nice tall tree and he gathered all of the birds of the heath around him, and he started by making a little cup of mud. When the swallows and the martins saw this, they thought that was a nest for them, and off they went. And the magpie was calling after them and saying, "I haven't finished yet." But, well, the swallows and the martins, they were too fast and they weren't listening. So that is why they have little tiny mud nests now. Next, the magpie decided to start weaving in some sticks and very intricate design to make it very nice and strong and stable up there in the tree. A little bit like wattle and daub that you might get in very, very old houses. The thrushes, the blackbirds and the missel thrush and the song thrush, they saw this and they said, "That's the nest for us," and off they went. And the magpie was calling after them too, but they did not listen. The magpie had not finished. No, the magpie decided that it needed to fill in all the extra little holes with a bit more mud. So it started to gradually put more mud in there so that when it would dry, it would be really good and stable. Now the black cap and the stone chat, they saw that and they said, that right there, that's the nest for me. And off they went and built their nests as well. And the magpie was, "I haven't finished yet. And so the magpie continued, and this time, before the mud was completely dry, he started to push moss into the outside of the nest. And, well, the wren and the blue tit, they saw that, and they definitely thought that was a nest for them, and off they went to build their nest, with Magpie shouting after them that he had not finished yet. Next, Magpie took feathers and lined his nest and took all the little pretties of the world that he could find, maybe some of the yellow gorse, and popped that into the nest to line it. The goldcrest saw that, and the blue tits and the sparrows and the dunnocks, and they thought, "Yeah, that's the nest for us," and off they went. And the magpie said, "But it isn't finished yet. It is not yet perfection." And what he was looking for was one particular stick. He found this beautiful stick, the best stick you could possibly have for a nest, and he decided that he was going to lay it across the top of his nest because it would make the perfect place to perch and feed his young. And as he was weaving this stick into the top of the nest, high up in the tree, the only bird that was left watching him was the wood pigeon, who looked down at him and said, "Take two, Taffy, take two." And the magpie said, "But I only need one. One will make it perfection. I do not need two." "Take two, Taffy, take two," said the wood pigeon. Well, Magpie was fed up with people flying away and not really listening to him, fed up with people giving him unsolicited comments on his work. And he flew off too and said, "I have had enough. You can all just build your nest the way you want." And that is why the wood pigeon just kind of builds a kind of scatty nest, just with bits of twigs wherever it can find them, because it never really listened properly to Magpie. And all the other birds, well, they just still build their nests exactly the way they want to, despite Magpie's tutorial. You may ask, what about the ground nesting birds like Nightjar? Well, Nightjar had flown so far from Africa that she was so tired that she just plonked herself down on the ground and slept. She missed the whole of Magpie's tutorial on how to build a nest. And so that's why she just clears a little space on the ground and just lays her eggs wherever, because that was all she knew how to do.